A beautifully restored, history owned and operated by Rick Gates, former Brownsville resident and Guyville alumni, the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory offers warmth, convenience, affordability, and ample parking. With a knowledgeable funeral director and compassionate staff, the Gates family and the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory are ready to assist you.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
The following is a paid political ad. The candidate dictates the format of the show. The candidate may have provided all or some questions to WMBS and the host. Each candidate may or may not take phone calls. WMBS and the host do not endorse any political candidate on air during a paid political ad.
Your local station, WMBS, and this is Hot Topics for October the 31st. And what do we have in the studio?
We have Jared Billy. He is running for re-election for the Uniontown City Council. Jared, welcome back.
Thank you.
I said to Jared when we were setting up, the last time he was here running for council, they had just got a new puppy.
Yeah, George Henry.
George Henry.
Yeah.
And now they have just got a new puppy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. George has a new brother, Arthur Edward.
Yeah.
Artie.
So if you run for election 5 times...
Yeah, that should be your election tradition.
It seems like it's striking up to be that, I think that, with that, I think that, you don't want to get over too many animals in a structure. 3 animals is probably tops you want to have.
Well, there's probably some code that goes
3 animals. It is. And I don't exactly know the exact ordinance for it, but yes, there is something. There's crazy ordinances that, touch on just
things
about everything.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to ride a horse in the city and tie it up outside of a saloon or a bar or a tavern.
But you are allowed to have chickens?
No chickens in the city.
Goats.
So goats are considered...
How do we start this out?
Oh, man. Well, wow. So the goats are kind of considered, they're considered pets. And they can also be emotional service animals as well.
Okay.
Which we've had a situation like that in the city. So
I remember that from the council meeting a long time
that's
ago.
That's crazy.
So if I have a chicken as an emotional service animal...
I think that, the theory on the chickens is that the waste and, the contaminating waters and everything. Yeah.
So we are not taking calls. This is a paid political interview, but Jared is going to talk about his service, or his. How long have you been on council?
So at the end of this year, I will complete 2 terms. It's 8 years total. I took a break in between, so we're looking at closing out 12 years, being involved with the city.
You made your own term limits. You took a break.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh
man, listen, good people doing this it's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough. It wears you down, but you know what? Good people. You're not willing to go to the lengths that others may.
So, Jared, you tell for the listeners who aren't familiar with you, you grew up here.
Yes.
Tell us about that. Where'd you go to school? The whole thing.
So, I was born 1981, Uniontown Hospital. I graduated from Uniontown area school district. I started out in Manellen half the year at kindergarten. Yeah, and then I finished kindergarten in Ben Franklin, and went all the way through Ben Franklin, and then
Who'd you have for kindergarten? We were just talking about all the teachers we had. Mrs. Kyle?
You really put me on the spot.
Okay, I'm
going to go with Mrs. Kyle because I remember Mrs. Kyle.
Shout out to Mrs. Kyle. She's the best. And then you currently obviously live in the city.
Yes, yeah.
You got your wife. You married.
25 years I've been with Gretchen. We've been married 20 years. And what an accomplishment, It's been all good from Gretchen's side. I think any trouble, probably I said this last time, was me.
Don't say that.
No, I think that's Gretchen deserves a Lifetime Achievement Award. Gretchen, I love you.
And Gretchen, his wife, is Bill, a WMBS 5-star badge holder.
5-star.
5-star badge.
Yeah.
Wow. You on the comments.
Is that like platinum? Would that be like platinum?
They have all different. They have like anniversary follower, 5-star badge, all of the things. So Gretchen is a 5-star badge, and she even has a keychain that I got her.
5-star.
That says 5-star badge WMBS.
So a lot has happened, and if we can go back to the previous conversation we had last, it was asking me what I was planning on doing, and and I think I followed up with what I'm going to do in 22, and it was planning on the city side, getting back whenever I took that break. Within those 4 years, the city of Uniontown, the agreement had lapsed for the redevelopment authority, and we tried to do it on our own.
That was your last term that you started.
Yeah, so it was in the beginning, and I worked very hard with council and the mayor to get an agreement set back up with redevelopment authority,
which was great.
It was great. Yes,
I was actually on the authority at that time.
Yeah, absolutely. And and we had a little hiccup with the city doing it, and we quickly was able to mitigate that situation with Crystal Simmons, who now works for Fay Penn. And congratulations to her.
She's
and
been
also
a
Fay Penn.
Great addition to the
Absolutely.
city. And she's still working in some capacity.
Yes,
with
yeah.
the
So right
authority?
now we're still in an agreement with the redevelopment authority, and we've extended that with Fay Penn through the end of the year, and then we'll sit back down at the table with the board and renegotiate the terms.
Why did you initially run?
Well, if we want to go back to 2013, I originally ran. I helped people get on, and there were some serious issues. I grew up.
You held elections prior.
Yeah. So I grew up on Murray Avenue, and my mom still lives on Murray. We still have a house on Murray, and I walked into into a situation late at night that it wasn't a good situation to be walking into right off the steps. And I had gone to people at the city, and at that moment I felt like I was falling on deaf ears. And and I remember talking to Gretchen, and I said, I feel like I'm, my concerns, are falling on deaf ears. How are people that don't know these individuals?
Yeah.
How do they feel?
Yeah.
And that kind of got me running, and then I had no clue what I was going to get myself into.
Yeah.
And then after that, so started out in the fire department, and that was great. What an amazing department, amazing guys we have down there. The men and women that are involved with the auxiliaries and also the volunteers. Shout out to all three companies that we have in the city, and also
because Uniontown is the only paid fire department in the county.
In the county, yes. And Connellsville was a paid fire department, and they, through attrition with retirements, they ended up getting to a situation with their volunteers. And, with their volunteers, fortunately, they had a really strong pool, and they've been able to build on that. And I believe that's something that we will be able to do in the future. But I think the biggest thing for me was during the first term, because there's always talk that this is a department that is going to bankrupt the city, which is false. This is a very needed service that we have, and we could not let this fall to the side. That would be a very dangerous day in the city of Uniontown without a paid fire department.
Well, even when you listen to the monthly directors' reports, when you hear Chief Kahn and Chief DeWitt,
yes.
and they say the volume of calls they have, I mean, what would happen if we didn't have both departments? And I will say, and we've said this so many times, Bill, Jared, I've told you this. You can't put a price on your life.
No.
Yes, you have higher taxes because you have those services, but when you need them, they are right there. And so,
and it's Uniontown's in a very fortunate position. We are able to extend the olive branch with the different municipalities through, cooperation agreements. And it's the same thing with our police department too. We are actively looking to be able to assist our neighbors. And we'll be looking in the future. Really looking forward to sitting down with South and North Union with those as well.
And you also assist on the trail.
Correct. Yes.
The police department.
Yes.
And so you started out with the fire department.
Yeah.
So explain to the listeners how that works. So when you get on council, then do you have like a reorganization meeting each person decides Parks and Rec?
Yeah. So
Finance.
yeah. So you have a council. Of course, you have the mayor, and that's over the police department. Pretty much oversees
Public safety.
Everything. Yeah. Yes, everything in the city. You have your hands in everything. You have a council of finances. It is exactly what that states. You oversee the accounts and all the finances of the city, and you also have a hand also in every department because of the finances. You have the street and sewage department. Then you have the fire department. You have Parks and Recs. The street is on a general fund. The sewage fund is separate. Then you have our recreation fund is separate. And then we also have a library fund, and a lot of people don't understand. A lot of the citizens, they don't understand that that these millage rates are set, and like for the Parks and Recs, when the millage rate goes up, the percentage that goes to the other funds that stays the same. So a lot of people have been asked in the past was, why aren't you devoting more revenue into the Parks and Recs? And that would be why. We'd have to go to the residents, the voters, in referendum style, and and get that put on, which is doable. This year, working with Councilwoman Brown, it passed last year with the budget. She expressed the need, and it is a dire need for new playground equipment. So, we did set some money aside, and that's the city's been doing decent on being able to capture small retained revenue each year. So that's another good thing too. And
let's talk about code enforcement too.
Yeah,
I mean, I know that's always a big concern with voters in the city.
Jamie Springer.
Oh man, she's
a pistol.
Yes, and I'm
Yes.
loving it.
It's amazing.
When you're talking to the constituents in the city and you're hearing their concerns, what I would imagine blight is one of them.
Yes.
What else are people either wanting to see change in the city, or what's the feedback
I
you're
think
hearing?
the biggest the biggest concerns that I hear coming back from Jamie when we touch base, of course in the summertime it's been the yard situations, lawn, the grass cutting, but some of the blighted properties. We've had working at the county. I field a lot of phone calls there about the city as well, and try to
just through your position.
Just through the position, because people don't understand. They don't know who to talk to.
Yeah.
And by default, the assessment office, tax services, kind of is the funnel for all of the calls, and we try our best to get that taken care of. But the blighted properties, being able to get these blighted properties demoed on a timely fashion, which we've been able to do with the redevelopment authority. That's why it's so important to have that.
Working relations.
Yeah, and it is an autonomous authority, but we work well hand in hand, and the city has done everything that we can, and we will continue to, as long as I'm with the city, continue to support the redevelopment authority, which this year, not this year, but a few years ago, we had moved the landlord rental agreement upstairs to the redevelopment authority, and that was solely geared so that you would not be able to call one of us elected officials and be able to say
Get a favor.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So with that's able to better run it. Not a popular thing. That was not popular. We had a few people at council meetings and at all the public meetings that were very adamant against it, for their personal reasons, and and I believe that should be understandable why. But very good situation for the city to get in to get that up there. That supports the redevelopment authority. We pulled in around 16,000, so that and that helps them supplement and be able to garner more grants and have the personnel to be able to get those grants out and service.
The last time you were on the show, I remember this was the last term you were running, or the election rather. I remember you saying,
you're welcome anytime.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, especially.
Well,
Not just when you're running.
Yes, I am, and and I love being on the radio.
And you're a WMBS fan.
Oh man, extremely.
Yeah.
It goes all the way back to elementary school. When you're sitting there in the morning, and that was my alarm clock, it would ring, and I'm listening.
Well, that maybe you're waiting
for the cancellation.
For the cancellation.
Yeah, waiting
Yeah.
for the schools to
absolutely.
close. Yeah.
Thank you, WMBS, for sponsoring that. Yeah.
We're talking with Jared Billy, who is a candidate for the Uniontown City Council in the upcoming general election, which is Tuesday.
Yes.
Tuesday, November 4th. That's right, people.
So if you have a mail-in ballot, either get it in the mail now, or you can drop it by the elections office I think they're open until 4 today, and they'll be open Monday and Tuesday
Correct.
as well.
And it has to be at the Bureau by 8 p.m.
Right.
on November 4th, so get that in there. But the last time you were on the show, you said that before you actually got on council and were elected, that you thought, oh, I'm going to go in there and do this,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm going to go
wow.
in there and do that, and then you get on and you're like, it's not that easy.
It isn't.
What is your going into this next term if you're elected?
Yeah.
What's a goal that what's your vision? What do you want to
So
see?
thanks for asking that. So the thing is I'm dedicated in continuing the drive that we the direction that we've gone in so far. We're right now we've got the STAMP program, which is the strategic management planning program. That's going to really help, and that's going to be getting more into next year and the following years of restructuring. The comp plan, the comprehensive plan of action, that right there was, something that in 2002 was the last time it was done. It was never updated.
2002?
Yes. So that was a very big push to get that. We've introduced that. And that will be up on the block on the agenda to be voted for here very soon. So I'm very proud of that. You're looking at the next 5, 10, 15, possibly 20 years. And these things are something that we have to get back into every 10 years, do a refresher on them, make sure we're heading in the right direction. And I think that, so with that, so next year we'll be continuing that push to, head in that right direction. It is definitely, we need that top tier management position, looking for a city administrator or a city manager or something of that nature. And that's where the STAMP program comes in, because what you have is you have third-party organizations that are doing a total rip-through of the city, all the departments, and they're going to tell you, they're giving you the recommendations for you to be able to go to the state and get the help you need. The STAMP program is something that is also like a match. So it's really good.
Oh.
It's amazing. So, I'm looking, I want to put all the eggs in one basket on that, but I really think that that's going to carry us in and go into the new direction. I really have to give it to the two ladies that are in City Hall, Shannon Wood, Desiree Walkus. These two individuals, we rely on them so much, and truly to have only two people there is such a disservice to them. They need help. We're doing the best that we can. There are areas where I see that we desperately need help in, and I know that this is where, if we get that top tier position, and I'm not looking for the city to just hire one of our friends or family members.
Like a qualified person. Like a Crystal.
Yes.
Type.
Now, and that we got lucky because Crystal came from Greene County. She knew nobody here. She had no investment in here.
Beautiful.
And
She didn't know
was
any
a
of
complete
the
stranger and had no clue about any of the
drama.
clicks, the connections, the drama.
I think that worked in
It
to
did.
everyone's benefit.
It did. And it will continue to work for Faith Penn as well. I think that, like, with that is the extreme thing, because that's what keeps your city moving forward. And these things take so long. So
Government moves slowly.
My goodness, yes. I came from my own business. I ran my own business, and you want to make a decision, you change, you go in, you implement that change. It happens immediately. That is not that's not government. That's not how it works when you deal with the unions and everything else. So yeah, everything takes a little bit extra time. So that's where I'm going to be focusing on. It's the importance of the finances. That's what is going to allow you to take care of blight. Do the infrastructural upgrades. And the most important thing that we have going on, and no one realizes this, the way these contract cycles run. We have a fire department contract that's expired that we are trying to get completed. To turn of the year, we have a police department contract that's expiring. And then a few months after that, into 26, we have the non-uniform. And, and all of these people are dedicated individuals to the city and to the service that they bring to the city, to all of us. And the most important thing for me is to make sure that everybody's paid and everybody's health insurance is taken care of. And I think that's the most important thing. And then we work out after that, and all of these individuals know that the importance it is to the service that they give to us, to the constituents.
Jared, I'm gonna give you a chance because I know that there's been discussion of this at council meetings. Which shout out to Neubauer's Market and Flower House because
Thank
they
Neubauer family
sponsor these WMBS to go and show the meetings live, stream on our WMBS Facebook page, and then upload it to the YouTube page. I'm going to give you a chance because I know you've tried to explain it in meetings, and I personally know your feelings on it.
Yeah.
And people are unhappy about it, and they are frustrated, and so are you. But let's talk about the Dollar General really quickly, and I'm going to give you a chance to say how that's not what you wanted,
No,
and it wasn't
absolutely
a
not.
decision that you had any part in, and you can't just go in and say, never mind, they can't be there.
Well, I think whenever whenever neighbors and individuals in the neighborhood had come to me because they knew that I had just got on council and was expressing the Dollar General bill. And they were asking how to get it stopped. And the very first thing that you have to do is you have to get together a petition, and they started that. And they put a lot of hard work in.
Yeah, they did.
They did a great job.
And it will directly impact you too. So it's not something
It's directly going to impact. I think that everybody has their own feeling about what that business is. We did what we could all the way up until going, actually investing lots of money to fight it and on an if, and seeing where we are. I just don't think that it was a good decision to
because
move
those
forward
corporations
with
have endless. Their pockets are endless,
Yeah.
and the city's government does not have a fund that would just be able to spend endless.
No, we don't.
Amount of money
No,
on-
you figure when I first got involved, and it was and we couldn't talk about this last time because it was something that was out there and it was starting to be investigated, and it had worked its way through, and it was a big point for me to make sure that the city followed through and placed safeguards on the city coffers so that situation would never happen again in the treasurer's office.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So with that, and seeing that, we had to invest over $200,000 just to get that back. So that put the city in a position. So when you're dedicating this revenue this city revenue out to these, you really got to be conscious about where it's going to go in the future. And I still stand by that. I feel that is, this is America. It's we're a capitalist country. Without restrictions on a deed, you can't limit a person to sell their property. And if they go through the special variance and go through the hoops that's set there, legal hoops, I mean, you can't sit there and stop that.
You guys did
It's
make it though,
unfortunate,
so that it is aesthetically more pleasing, correct?
Yes, we had made sure that it's going to be a brick and mortar store. It's not going to be a metal building, and we really tried very hard to make it because Dollar General is rolling out with their organic produce. And I felt it very important that if this was what it was going to be in the city, that we would have that. Unfortunately, the size of the store is going to be smaller because with the parking and everything that has to go there. So they were not able to do that. But, it's not going to be a metal building. It's going to be somewhat aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean?
Somewhat,
and
yeah.
that doesn't now.
But that was
for
the
the
extent
neighborhood. For
of
the
your-
neighborhood, that's not the answer for the neighborhood. That's not what the neighborhood wants. That's
Or
not
you.
what they want. It's not what I wanted. Now, the unique side of that, being a certified Pennsylvania evaluator and dealing with assessed values and assessments, I see the value in that, what that will bring for the future of the city continuously every single year.
But that had nothing to do with you, with why they were that loud there.
No.
You're just trying to
No,
see the
and when I
silver
say
lining.
and when I say that, of course I always take responsibility. When I talk, I generally talk that it's me. But when you're on council and a decision's made, the decision's made by majority or unanimously. So that was a decision that was made by the city, council.
What was?
In general, to not follow through, to not.
Not private base.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you can't, when you're dedicating, you're going to go to federal court, you could possibly be dedicating over 100,000, maybe more of that.
And then they have endless amounts of money
They
and
have
lawyers.
endless pockets. Jared, with 5 minutes left, what do you want the constituents to know when they're going to the polls or when they're filling out their last minute mail-in ballot for November 4th, Tuesday, this coming Tuesday? Jared, what do you want them to know?
So, just real quick, I'm seeking re-election for the Uniontown City Council Director of Accounts and Finances, because the city's financial health is paramount, and I'm uniquely positioned to safeguard it. While this role may not always be visible to the public, it is a foundation to addressing such issues, like I mentioned before, blight, improving the city services, and creating new opportunities. My primary responsibility has been to meticulously balance the city budget. And I understand the difficulties that, are required with the different departments to face financial constraints. And I have consistently made the tough and financially conservative decisions that are necessary. Elections are gambles. One thing that you can count and, go for sure with is that, my experience that I bring to the table and my strength. A lot of those times you're going to see at these meetings, I'm standing there by myself, sitting by myself a lot of times in that, so you could rest assured that you're going to have somebody that's going to fight for the city, fight for you. I'm dedicated, I'm transparent, I'm passionate about what I do for the city. And I hope that, through these past 8 years that the voters and the city of Uniontown has recognized that. And, I just appreciate everybody's time. I appreciate the good and the bad that come along with this. Thank everybody in advance. And either way it goes on November 4th, I'm going to be happy. It's going to be a good thing. I'm ready to continue next year. And I'm also ready at the same time to take a turn and do something different, and also at the same time be in the background as well. If the decision is something else, and I want people to know that, this election this is you. This is up to you. You're going to pick. I haven't been extremely vocal this year. I haven't really campaigned hard enough, and this is for the city. This is up to the city people. I'm here for you. Be dedicated, just as I've been. But at the same time, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm here. And you're always going to be able to bend my ear through banter, any type of discussion. Thank you.
Yes, yeah. And I know that, again, back to the live meetings, it allows for transparency.
Absolutely. And it's most important. That's what we all strive for in this. And, very few actually follow through when you got the opportunity to sit there. You're tasked to make the difficult decisions. They're not favorable. But that's what you're there to do. I've had my moments of disappointment on council, and we've worked through that. And we have a good working group. I'd like to continue that.
Yeah. Bill?
And if you were, real quick, let's look down the road 4 years from now. What do you want to see accomplished? What would you like to have happen?
So within the first year, 2 years, I'd like to see the city have that top tier position, the administrator or the manager. Mm-hmm. I would love to see, and I'm going to strive extremely hard to see fruitful sewage infrastructure or revitalization for that, because you cannot grow. You can't grow as a city unless you start to take care of the utilities and the infrastructure.
Perfect. Jared, good luck on Tuesday, November 4th, people. That's
coming up.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm sure 6 months ago you thought this would never get here, and now
it goes fast.
What, Bill? 6 months ago, I wasn't even thinking about the election. There's so much that goes on in the city that you really have to stay dedicated to that. There's nothing that I can do knocking on doors to prove to people. You've got to watch. The proof is there. It's in video. It's in the way we vote. And it shows in our audits as well, which, we've been able to get back on track and be right where we need to be with those budgets.
Jared, good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
On Tuesday. And Bill, we will go to a break, and then we're going to come back for just a few minutes, and then we have another political interview in the second half.
Right.
So, Jared, good luck to you.
Good luck to all the candidates running this year.
And this has been Jared Billy, who is a candidate for the Uniontown City Council in the upcoming election, with us on WMBS.
Ready to score big on your next home? Well, great news. Huge savings are waiting for you at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. From open floor plans perfect for game day parties to energy-efficient homes that will help you save money all season long, these homes are built to deliver. Don't wait on the sidelines. Make the winning play today and find the home that fits your family and lifestyle. Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon at 4500 Route 51.
Just in time for the movie release of Wicked for Good, the State Theater Center for the Arts presents Good Witch, Bad Witch, The Broadway Witches, featuring two powerhouse vocalists, Ali Mazzi and Dee Rossioli, a past Elphaba and Glinda from the Broadway cast of Wicked, with stunning vocals and unforgettable performances. Good Witch, Bad Witch, The Broadway Witches, Sunday, November 23rd at 7 p.m. Get tickets online at statetheater.info or call 724-439-1360. Pick 3 season subscription packages still available.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Feeling lucky? Your next big jackpot is waiting for you. Visit the casino at Nemacolin in Farmington, PA for the ultimate casino experience, featuring the hottest table games, daily promotions, big-time giveaways, and an exciting variety of premium slots. And after, celebrate your big win with a juicy burger at the Royale while you watch the big game. Hotel packages available. Visit CasinoNemacolin.com for more information. The Casino at Nemacolin. Game on. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi everyone, this is Kelly Clark with Autoland Hyundai in downtown Uniontown. SUV season is here, and you can get that new, certified, or select pre-owned all-wheel drive that you've been looking for. It's just a test drive away. Let me show you how simple you can buy or lease your next vehicle. The season is changing, so fall into your best deal with me. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai, 724-208-5281. 724-208-5281. Great selections, super pricing, and deals on your next wheels. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai, 724-208-5281. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai, 724-208-5281. I'll make you a good deal.
Having Hicks & Boss Drugstore in Uniontown means reliability, quality, and service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller gladly answer healthcare questions and take care of your prescription needs. This is flu season. Call Hicks & Boss at 724-437-2828 and ask about flu shot availability and other vaccines. Free prescription delivery, mail-out service, and dependable courteous service are Hicks & Boss' way of doing business. Hicks & Boss Drugstore, 304 Morgantown Street. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday till 3, closed Sunday.
Your local station, WMBS Hot Topics, Kendall and Bill. Open conversation for the next 10 minutes, and we have another interview coming up in the next hour. Real quick, we talked about this yesterday, but our friend Melissa Tunney from the Brownsville Area Merchant Ministerial Association.
Who is this?
Melissa Tunney.
Okay.
She sent us information about their events. Because of the threatened shutdown and SNAP benefits being cut off, there are a couple of food drives going on right now.
Okay.
Fayette County Children and Youth Services is having a food drive. They're collecting non-perishable food items. They are at the Old New Salem Road in Uniontown during normal business hours. You can bring by a donation. Also, Fayette County Community Action Agency, their food bank is looking for donations. You can drop them off at their location on North Beeson Avenue in Uniontown. If you need food assistance, you can call the food bank at 724-437-6050 or PA211 or PA211 is the service that gets you hooked up with places where you can get food assistance. You can do that by dialing 211 or texting your zip code to 898-211. And if you can help, please, you can donate canned or boxed foods, you can volunteer, and more. So, again, with the upcoming possibility of SNAP, I mean, they may pull
expires
this
tomorrow.
Yeah, and so they may pull this out of the fire. I don't know.
Are we waiting on? Has there been any talk of this? I mean, I kind of thought they'd come in at last minute and like.
No, I mean the Senate's not even in session right now.
And is it true that Governor Shapiro, along with other Democratic governors and states, are suing the federal government over the shutdown?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Well, it's hard to keep track. They sue over everything.
Right, but if that's true, which I'm not saying that it is, I'm looking this up.
Yeah.
How the heck does he have any room to talk?
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about this yesterday. Yesterday was exactly 4 months since we were supposed to have a state budget.
Yes.
And so we're now in month number 5 of no state budget and no end in sight.
724, yes, okay, 724-438-4593, the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. Yes, on October 28th, Josh Shapiro, governor of Pennsylvania, announced that Pennsylvania joined a coalition of 25 states plus D.C. in a lawsuit against the United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, for spending the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program SNAP benefits for November unless the federal shutdown is resolved. He needs to get the budget passed in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, exactly. And,
What?
Yeah, let's take care of, our roads. We do have a quick phone call here, so
What makes you think it's going to be quick?
yeah, we go to the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. Hi, you're on with Hot Topics. Who are we speaking with?
This is Bill. Good
Hey,
afternoon,
Bill.
Kendall.
Hey,
Bill.
what's on your mind? We don't have very
yeah,
much
you
time.
got a couple of
Okay,
minutes here.
happy Halloween,
Happy
and wish all the
Halloween.
candidates. Thank you. Wish all the candidates the best of luck. Getting to the budget real quick. I think they need to stand on get off their snide and say, hey, we got to get this stuff done. Because if you look at the gentleman you just had on earlier, these boroughs and cities can't do that because the lights will go out, the water will get turned off. I mean, come on. These states and federal governments is a joke. I'm sorry. It's just a joke the way they run things. They don't realize who they're hurting. Or second thing is, I don't even think they even care.
Yeah.
But it's a shame that this has to go on, and it is what it is. But big turns are coming next year, so hope they remember that. Okay,
That's why I'm surprised that they aren't being a little more on top of things because they are about to be back on the chopping block.
And I can't remember. My brother told me how many are up for midterms next year, and I do believe it's. I would have to say majority. I would say 95%, maybe, if I can remember correctly. Don't quote me on that.
State reps every 2 years.
Yeah, the House of Representatives every 2 years. A third of the Senate every 2 years. Every
4 or
2
6?
years. You have a 6-year term, so a third of the Senate.
Okay, yeah.
Every
It's just
2
a
years.
shame. It's just a shame
It
these
is.
people don't, sit back and realize they're making $100,000 a year minimum. You got people out there that don't know if they can get a loaf of bread tomorrow or a pain pill tomorrow. So, they got to get off their butts and say, look, let's get this job done and be done with. Don't worry about the other countries. Don't worry about all the other stuff that is going on, the tariffs, all that stuff. Get their butts of gear and let's go.
We are with you, Bill, from the
Thank
Mon
you,
Valley.
Bill.
Hey, you have a good weekend. Stay safe, stay warm. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a good weekend.
You
Thank
too.
you. Bye now.
And that's Bill on the WVU Madison Uniontown Hospital talk line. By the way, you know who are getting paychecks?
Yep.
That would be our representatives, our senators, both on the state and federally. So I've said this before. Used to be they would just take them, lock them in a room, turn up the heat, turn off the air conditioning, and they don't get to leave until the deal is done. But I don't see that. It's almost become a manhood contest, you know?
What do you mean?
Well, like, I'm not giving way because you'll think I'm weak. No, I'm not giving way because you'll think... And just, it's not weak to negotiate. It's not weak to find a middle ground.
Right.
It's called politics.
But both sides are saying that the other side won't come to a middle ground.
Right, exactly. And the other side is saying, well, why should we come to a middle ground when that side won't come to a middle? So
Tonight
17,
is trick-or-treating, Bill?
Yes, and there are various
Municipalities.
times and
Yeah,
in different areas. We have it on, it's on Facebook.
There are, yes. So if you live in the city, you can go to the city government page. I'm sure South Union Township has theirs. North Union, I just had to look that up for one of the callers before the show. They're all about the same time, between 5:30 to 7 to 7:30. And the city is sponsoring, I think it's the Parks and Rec that's doing something on the trail on the Bailey Park side. So you can go to that. I'm not sure what time that stops, but if anyone is listening, or you can comment below.
Yeah, I do have candy ready, and it's
Do you?
yeah.
Are you going to dress up outside?
I'm going to dress
Bill-
up as a talk show host.
Yeah. Bill is wearing a very cute tie that has
That's
little
my Halloween
pumpkins.
tie,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
cute. It has pumpkins on it, and it's not
It's
loud.
also good for Thanksgiving.
True.
Yeah.
And it's not loud.
No.
It's perfectly like
it's
you,
also
Bill.
covered by a sweater.
Yeah, it looks nice though.
So, but yeah,
Sweater vest.
Yeah. So yeah, well, we'll be giving away candy for the 2 hours that they do in North Union Township. So, and well, I love it. Did you ever double dip when you were a kid? Did you ever like go and change your costume and go
No,
to the same
are you kidding
houses?
me? No.
Yeah, there are people. I've had that happen when I was at a radio station that sponsored a trunk or treat.
They did that?
Oh yeah, you would have kids like line up first, and then it's like a 2-hour event.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden you see this person going, wait a minute, weren't you Spider-Man just a couple of hours ago?
Oh, they for effort, I guess.
Yeah, but it's still a lot of fun. So you know what's most fun? Is the little ones who are going through their first trick-or-treating.
Oh.
That's always fun, isn't it?
Yeah, and the ones who are like 4, 5 years old, who are kind of pretty much convinced they are exactly what they're going
Yeah.
as. You know, like
I
they're
am
pretty
a
sure they're Buzz
Ninja
Lightyear.
Turtle, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I saw it. And like when you see the little ones who are Ninja Turtles, and you see those little the backs of their little the shells on there, they're so adorable. This year,
Yeah.
according to the internet, which the internet doesn't lie,
Yeah.
the top Halloween costumes of the year,
Yeah.
2025, K-pop Demon Hunters characters. Okay.
All right. All of a sudden, I just drew a complete blank, but I don't think I'm their target
Okay.
audience.
These costumes mix K-pop fashion with fantasy heroes, like
Okay.
bright hair, cool makeup, glitter, fake weapons. Okay. A lot of Wicked
Yeah.
this year. Wednesday Addams and the Addams Family.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Glam showgirl, like a Life of a Showgirl,
Right.
Taylor Swift. There's probably a lot of Taylor Swift
Oh, yeah.
costumes. And then, of course, you got the horror classics with Jason, Freddy, and all them. But yeah.
Yeah. Traditionally, witches are the costumes that adults wear more than anything else.
Okay.
Which does make sense. Now, I grew up in the era when you would go down to Woolworths and you would buy a plastic bodysuit.
And you had the
And a
plastic,
plastic
mask. You wore that?
with little slits for your
Yeah,
eyes,
Charlotte.
and a little slit for your mouth.
Yeah.
And then you would suffocate, and B, you would sweat.
Yes. Hey, Gerke just sent me a message, and that is 5 to 9 at Bailey Park tonight. So after you guys trick or treat, head down there, or just go down there. It's totally up to you.
I've always thought there should be more events like that because, let's face it, going house to house trick or treating is becoming a little bit less attractive.
Don't
if
say
you know
that,
what
Bill.
I mean. I know, but
Is that the costumes
oh
you're
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
those.
Gerke better be dressed up. Gerke, you better be in a costume.
Well, maybe you can go as a mayor.
No, he is a mayor. He has to go with a costume, Gerke. You have
Well,
a couple more hours to get up to the store and get a
He
costume.
would be a perfect K-pop superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, well, we are going to take a break for the news. Then coming up in the next hour, we'll have another interview as we get ready for the upcoming general election. If you're mailing your ballot in, do it now or drop it off. WMBS, Uniontown, it's 2 o'clock.